Hello. Here we are, December 31st, 2020. About to ease our way into a new year. And I don't know about you, I have remained cautiously optimistic as to what this year is going to bring outside of my little pocket of the universe. I am hopeful that vaccines do not result in further damage. I am hopeful that something resembling a sense of security, what little sense of security I think I had, returns. I am hopeful that I will continue to be at ease and comfortable with being single and being alone most of the time. Because it's not a bad thing, actually. I think for me, up to this point, 2020 forced me to come face to face with a lot of my perceived insecurities, a lot of my historical triggers, and just a lot of the emotional baggage that I have been carrying since I was perhaps about 12 that I had not looked at, dealt with, grieved through, and so on. So, in that regard, other issues aside, 2020 provided me with a new sense of self love, self acceptance that outside of being forced to be indoors and separate from other people, I'm not so sure I would have gained. So, yay for that. But by that same token, I will be glad when we are done with this mess. So, this is my wrap up video to my goal setting or goal planning for 2021 series. I just wanted to pop on real quick and share what my final goals for 2021 are, and then to wish everybody a happy, cautiously optimistic 2021. So let's go. The opening clip, by the way, was the aftermath of me having sat on the couch and finalized everything I'm about to talk to you about right now. Yes, that is still not my entire pin collection that you saw. I still have one other small case and a couple of bits and bobs tucked away in my office area. So, but that still tells you, when I tell you I am a pin-aholic, yes, and the more colors the better for some reason, even though I don't use them all at any given. It's a addiction, and I probably should get help for it. But anyway, let's get started. So, I don't know if you remember back in the first or second video, I showed you this spread in my bullet journal. Ooh, that is crazy washed out. There you go. This spread in my bullet journal, which was basically just kind of a general breakdown of the different areas in my life and what all I figured I wanted to achieve in each of the areas. So I have definitely refined this a bit for 2021. Always starting off, though, with my core desired feelings. And my CDFs for 2021 are brave and authentic. So I want to feel brave. I want to feel authentic. And what that means to me, and I'm looking down at my notes, so sorry for breaking eye contact. Anyway, so brave, for me, to borrow from Dr. Brene Brown, is to be daring, but out loud in public, as opposed to here in my living room. And what that boils down to is, in most things, I'm afraid of other people seeing me fail. I'm afraid of other people seeing me fall down and scrape my knees, so to speak. I'm afraid for other people to see me in a weak moment or feeling frustrated. And that comes from having been teased for those very things for a vast majority of my childhood. I'm just hypersensitive now to being teased, ridiculed, made fun of, which probably won't bode well for being on YouTube once the trolls discover my existence. Yeah. But anyway, up to this point, I have allowed that fear to, of course, keep me playing very small and very quiet. I didn't want to be seen making a fool of myself. But here we are on YouTube, and I have made several what I consider to be cringeworthy videos so far. Now, one of the things about being a small time person on the interwebs is that nobody really notices. So, and those few that are maybe watching my videos are being kind about it and they're not commenting on anything. So, that's been beneficial. But I know that I have to dare out loud. I have to be brave. I have to be willing to risk the teasing, the ridicule, the laughter in order to get what I want out of life. So, first core desired feeling is brave. The next one is authentic. And I've had this core desired feeling on my list now for probably 6 years. 6 years. And a lot of that has to do with feeling good and being true to who I am at my core. It's another thing about being on YouTube is that so many of the YouTubers I follow, they're not necessarily meticulously curating their lives, but there is a formula. There is a sameness to them that just doesn't feel authentic for me. So, needless to say, my version of YouTube, the videos that I put out and whatnot, I want them to feel like me. I don't want to do things the way the experts tell me to, even though that's probably the better way to go about life. I've almost always only succeeded when I did things the way I wanted to do them. And so, again, here we are. I've got the desire to present myself in a way that is authentic to who I am. And who I am is kind of bass awkward, socially awkward for sure. Don't always make the best decisions on the surface, but again, they typically work out to my benefit. So there you go. So core desired feelings going into 2021, brave and authentic. Doing things even though I'm afraid I'm going to get laughed at, but doing them in ways that feel true to who I am. All right, so the goals, the things that I am working toward. I want to lose 20% body fat. I don't have a scale number in mind because I'm also going to be building muscle as I am working on this particular goal. So my physical weight on a scale is going to go down some, but not necessarily that much, to be perfectly honest. Like I know I'm going to drop a few pounds as I'm dropping body fat, but my biggest goal is to lose 20% body fat so that the little jiggly bits, the overlap, the back boobs, all of that is greatly reduced, if not eliminated altogether. I don't necessarily want to be a bodybuilder like I used to want to be years and years and years ago. But you see the clips of the 75, 80-year-old women who are just wow. in terms of muscle tone and just the barest of body fat layer known to man. I want my version of that by my birthday in 2021. So my goal is to drop 20% body fat between now and my birthday, 2021. Next, and I hate to admit to this one, but next I want to actually be able to sing with some measure of confidence. Now, I realize that's not a SMART goal. It's not specific. It's not measurable, blah, blah, blah. It may not even be attainable for me. But I used to love to sing. I wasn't good at it. I certainly was not going to give anybody with any shred of natural talent a run for their money. But I used to love to sing. And I sang in my choir in elementary school. I sang at a talent show once. I got invited to sing with a local gospel group for a little while. And there are a couple of songs that play in my head, kind of like my theme songs, that I would love to be able to sing out loud with some measure of confidence. Now, I will kick ass on some car karaoke as long as the lyrics with the notes are playing in the background. So I can sing along to a song. Fine, I have no problems doing that out loud. But without the singer's vocals to tell me where those notes are, yeah, not the best. Not the best at all. So I want to improve on that. So I want to sing with some measure of confidence by the end of 2021. Along those lines, I want to roller skate with some confidence. Now, my roller skating, and I'll insert a clip here, my roller skating is not that bad. Like, I don't fall down all the time. But I have no style whatsoever. And heaven help me if they reverse direction or ask me to skate backwards. I can. It's just, again, not with any kind of confidence, not with any kind of flair. Like, you see the folks and they're just out there, doing the little dances and the feet work and doing all this. Yeah, not me. Not me by any stretch of the imagination. And so I want to work on my roller skating in 2021 so that by the time the year ends, I can at least turn around, skate backwards without tripping over my feet or embarrassing myself. It wouldn't be bad to also maybe be able to do a little fancy footwork in there too, but let's just keep it simple, right? To roller skate with some confidence. And next up, I want to build my financial foundation to the point where I have cash savings of $6,000 in one account, because I already have 6 months of my current living expenses tucked away. So I've got that money sitting there, but I want an additional $6,000 in a savings account by my birthday in 2021. Now, know how well that's going to come out, but when I think about the amount of money it's going to take to fund some of my bucket list, some of my big goals and dreams, I'm going to need a little bit of money tucked away. And so I figured $6,000 would be a decent starting spot. Plus, it's one of those really stretch goals, and I'm really curious to see if I can do it, if I can even get close. We'll see what happens. And then lastly, I want to full on promote, market, and build No Water Press Publishing and Consulting LLC. That is, in case you didn't know, that's my business. That is the company under which I publish my writing. That is the company through which I coach new writers. That is the company through which I will be offering my Simply Self-Published program next year. And up to this point, I have been wanting people to recognize my business, recognize my writing. But as I mentioned before, I have largely done that in fear. So I haven't networked. I haven't even attempted to have people outside my friend and family circle read my work or provide reviews. And it's not necessarily because I think my writing is bad, it is because I don't want people to hear that it's bad and then laugh at me about it. Like I don't believe I would struggle if somebody said, you probably need to take another couple of writing classes or maybe do some more practice in terms of sentence structure, increase your vocabulary, blah, blah, blah. I don't know that that would hurt my feelings. For somebody to say that they didn't like my writing really doesn't hurt my feelings because, truth be told, I'm not necessarily for everybody. It's kind of like not everybody's going to like me as a person. So why on earth would I expect everybody to like my writing? There is definitely a niche audience out there for me. The thing is, I have done little to nothing to go find them and make them aware of my work. New writers. There are a ton of people I hear say, I really want to write a book. And yet they don't necessarily know that I can help them do that. They don't necessarily know that I can not only help them write it, I can also help them self-publish it. And so, yes, that is my goal for 2021 is to basically flood the market with the name of my business, my products and services. That's about it in terms of all of that work I was telling you I'd been doing up to this point. That's what it culminated in, was those few goals, and then of course a mini novel in how I'm going to reach them. I've taken each one of those goals and I've asked myself, what will it take to, let's say, feel brave? And then I've listed some key steps, some key items, and then I've broken those down even further. That breakdown has resulted in a couple of key trackers and to-dos or to-do lists that have gone in my bullet journal. So let me, side note, give a brief explanation as to my planning system, how I'm going to actually track and make sure that I'm doing the things I say I want to do. As I mentioned, I have 3 key items that are part of my planning system. So I have the 2020 Wise Owl Marketing Planner 2021 Wise Owl Marketing Planner that I have printed off and bound at my local, I think I did this at Staples, whatever. Wasn't that expensive either. But anyway, and this is for the whole year. And so I'm going to use this as my main content and marketing planner. In these last few weeks, I have gone through, listed out all my ideas and such, plotted and planned, put tasks on the calendar, deadlines and things for January in this planner. And so what I'll do is part of my planning routine is I will sit down with all 3 books in my planning system and I will go through and make sure they're in sync, that I have all my tasks listed out for that month, that week, and that day, so that I'm definitely staying on top of what needs to happen, did it happen, and what do I need to do to make it happen. Did that make any sense? I hope so. May have to edit that. Anyway, I'm pretty sure you get the idea. Next up, I have my plum paper planner. Look at the glare on that. And again, if you don't know anything about plum paper planners, oh my God, they are ridiculously customizable and not that expensive. I think it's a beautiful thing. So as you can see here, I've got my picture on the front. I've got the I've got the year, got a little title down here. It's just, again, customizable to the T. And then on the inside, I frankenplanned, which is a fancy term for, I took the guts out of another plum paper planner that I had ordered in a different format, took some pages out of that and combined it into this one. So basically I took this coil off, slipped in my pages, and then recoiled it. Yes, I did that on my own. There are a billion YouTube videos on how to do that, so go look for that. But anyway, so recoiled, put in the parts that I wanted from the other planner, and so this will be my monthly planning system. And what that means is that at the end of each month, I will sit down and kind of summarize what's gone on in the current month, and then plot and plan the big deadlines in the monthly calendar, and then outline, plot, and plan the steps for that week. This planner then will stay here at the house, more than likely will be wherever I determine my planner routine will take place. So I'm not so sure if I'm going to be in the living room, if I'm going to wait and do it, right before I go to sleep. I don't know. I'm still working on that. But anyway, so this and my content planner will stay here at the house. Then my bullet journal, my little looks term, and I'm not even sure how to pronounce that. I hope I'm saying that right. Anyway, my LT1917 is my everyday carry. This will go with me, and what you'll find in here each month are my monster trackers. I don't know if you can see that with the light. My monster tracker, and that's all of the basic activities, routines that I want to keep up with every day of the month. Then you will also find my budget tracker, which again, I don't know if you can really see with the glare, but anyway, I have a budget spread where I will keep track of my finances every day. Then I have my YouTube ideas and production, my blog production tracker, and then any sales campaigns that I want to have in that month. Just a heads up, in January, I am, as part of my daring, I'm going to be running a soft release or small release of one of my books that's already in print, excuse me. So stay tuned for that, because there will be, of course, video and blog posts and an email series and all that good jazz as I learn how to truly market my products and services. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But anyway, so that's in here. And then I have my meal tracking. And what this is, one of the things that I struggle with, and this is both toward my health goal and my financial goal, is I eat out well, of course you're not sitting in a restaurant anymore, but I go through drive-thrus or pick up food that isn't groceries to the tune of probably, if I'm being honest, $500 or $600 a month, on top of buying groceries that are sitting here in the house. Sadly enough, sometimes going to waste. $600, and we won't even discuss the stuff that I'm eating, because yeah, as we can tell by the body fat, I'm eating a lot of crap. A lot of bad food is going down this gullet here. So in keeping with that, I want to lose 20% body fat. Is I have to start meal planning and prepping. And what I have put down in my bullet journal is basically just my tracker. Anytime I cook and eat a meal, I will check it off, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, blah, blah, blah. And the goal at this point, as far as January is concerned, because, you got to break those big goals down into little goals. My goal within that 20% loss of body fat and meal prep and all that good jazz is to, out of the 93 meals that are possible in terms of breakfast, lunch, and dinner throughout the month of January, 93 meals. Out of that 93 meals, 74 of them need to be meals that I cooked and not reheated, not, popped in the microwave for 30 seconds. No, they need to be meals that I cooked. So for example, I scrambled the eggs and mixed in the spinach and onion and cheese and ate an omelet, as opposed to swinging by the IHOP and getting that steak omelet with a side of sour cream and salsa and pancakes. Because you can't forget the pancakes, right? Anyway, so yes, so 74 out of the 93 possible meals in January need to be meals that I cooked. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. And then what I'll do is I'll have just the day in a running task list that I can keep with me every day during the day. So I'll know what I'm supposed to be doing. It'll all be in here. And then, of course, when I get home, my planner routine will involve me taking the data from here and putting it where it needs to go in the other big books. So that's it, friends and family. That's it. I am as prepared, at least on paper, for 2021 as I possibly can be. I want to thank you for stopping by, for spending this time with me, and I will see you. Oh, wait a minute. Before we do all that, see, I'm forgetting all the other stuff I'm supposed to do. And okay, so like, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and now I'll see you in the next one. Hope you have a safe and wonderful New Year's Eve celebration, however that works out, and we'll take care. See you soon.